Yo, Fadia in the rain, she getting wet. Oh, look at the water. Oh, hey, oh, what's up, everybody? I was just taking a look at her ID. Oh yeah, that's her ID. Anyway, today on NTA, I'm gonna be sharing with you guys my latest and greatest Fadia build. It is, as you saw in the intro, really bursty when it comes to damage. And yeah, I think she is underrated as a DPSer. She is known to be a tanker, survival, make your team last long. She does do that, but she can do a lot more. Let's get into it, shall we? Okay, so to be able to produce that burst DPS, you're gonna need the proper team, and unfortunately, there are some must have units in order for this to work properly. On our formation, if you didn't see my last video, the perfect team lineup for Fadia, go watch it. It's a more in-depth explanation on why it's like this. But I'm gonna repeat it on this vid, but a little bit quicker. You need Hathor. She actually does a lot more damage than Fadia. She's my main DPSer. But if you don't have a Hathor, then you can kind of split the TPS between Daffodil and Fadia with Skia on the team as she's like a debuffer basically. But if you have Hathor, then she can be more DPS. Basically, you need a Lakshana unit for Stain Cycle. You need SAKIRI for the whole team buff, which is massive. It's a big attack buff. Plus, she kind of pulls everybody together. You're going to need this on the end game of the game because all the mobs are kind of scattered. You need somebody to pull them all together, and SAKIRI does that and more. Plus, she is our source of Scorch Cycle as per ability. The must-have unit for a Fadia-centered team is Daffodil. Without Daffodil, it kinda falls apart and you're running sub-optimally. We do have character selectors for free. If you got Fadia or if you want to run a Fadia team, you need Daffodil, and SAKIRI is almost a must-have for any team. So get these two no matter what if you want to run a Fadia-based comp. Okay, the combo starts off like this. SAKIRI will use her ultimate or use her skill to pull everybody close and then use her ult to give us all our buffs. Because we get buffs from her cartridge, we get buffs from her arc, and we get buffs from her skill, which is the ultimate as well. Insane amount of buffing from this one character just with one button. Just press Q and then bang, you have a lot of buffs. After you Q with her, you want to Esper Cycle Scorch, which is this. It's a damage over time thing for 15 seconds. So you swap to Daffodil to do that. Once you're on Daffodil, you need to build up your Esper Cycle meter within 15 seconds. It's nice to kind of pre-meditate or pre-have these things up so that you can just quickly swap into Fadia. The reason why you want to swap into Fadia is because you will activate Nova. Nova is a huge, massive mental damage, but it only lasts within 5 seconds. So this debuff only lasts for 5 seconds. The reason why you want to go with Scorch first is because Scorch lasts for 15 seconds. Because you want to be able to do Discord on the enemy. Right? So always go Scorch and then Nova. Never go Nova and then Scorch. Not unless you have both of them up active, then you can do it. But you want to be able to proc Discord. The reason why is because the target's break, which is the stamina bar, or their stagger bar, not stamina bar, their shield, stagger, whatever. In order to stagger the boss, you need to break that bar. And this does a big amount of damage to that bar. Plus, if you have her Discord enchantment, it adds even more break. And you can have it up to a maximum 30% reduction on initial break cap. This means that the bar of the boss is permanently at 70% instead of 100%. Even after the first break, it's still gonna be 70%. Kinda busted, kinda broken, which is why she is good for a bossing team. Now, once you get Nova and Scorch, you'd most likely be on Fadia because you have to swap to Fadia in order to proc Nova and Discord. So bang, you got that. But before you ult with Fadia, if you want to beef it up even further, you swap to your Lakshana character first, get Stain onto the enemy, and then ult right after that. You will see, you saw it in the intro, it does a massive burst damage with all those effects combined into one ultimate. Okay, so let me show you guys why I deal so much damage with my Fadia. First of all, I'll show you my build on SAKIRI. It's kind of basic. It's the Good Boys Grand Adventure. It's more for the team attack 10% and then additional 6% if enemies are controlled by ultimate, which she does because she CCs the boss, right? Or the enemy. It doesn't really work on a boss, not unless they're staggered by her. Then her cartridge is the Speedy Hedgehog for increase all allies attack by 15% after the wearer casts an ultimate. So bonus attack from here, bonus attack from here, and of course her ability, her ultimate gives us bonus attack based on SAKIRI's base attack. So she is a good buffer. That's why you start her combo with her. For Daffodil, she doesn't really do much. I only use her for the cycles. She is a good source of DPS, although I have not built my Daffodil. As you can see right here, the damage is kind of pathetic. It can be a lot stronger. I have to work on her. Next up, Hathor. Her stats aren't too important, although she is set up to be the main DPSer. She does nothing for Fadia except for the Stain cycle. Now we get to my Fadia. Actual thing that matters for this build, right? If you guys remembered, my very first video on NTE4 when it came out is the best Fadia build. I was running Quiet Manor as the cartridge. I still think Quiet Manor is better. The only thing is, I was able to roll a damn near perfect Devil's Blood Curse. The substats are really good. Plus, I got the main attribute as psychic damage. This is kind of rare to have it this good. So I decided to try it out and max this out. The way psychic damage affects this character. Okay, well, let's first talk about this. You gain psychic damage as a 2-piece, and the legendary 4-piece increases the wearer's damage by 18% that is active anytime. But if the enemy has Stain or Nova, then it's 36%. And with this build team lineup, Stain is always almost active, especially when you swap to Fadia, as well as Nova. Depending on which you're playing that game, there's two ways to play the formation. One is like Lakshana Fadia or Lakshana Psychic combo, or you go with the whole Scorch Discord Nova Fadia, or you go with all of it like I did in the video. So basically Nova and Stain is always active, right? So it's pretty damn good at 36% damage bonus. Plus, psychic damage affects her basic attacks as well as her this skill, her AoE skill. And this thing, destructive damage, this doesn't really affect the psychic ability. That's more of max HP. When she's in Lilith, she deals mental damage. So psychic damage doesn't really work on her here, which is why I still think Quiet Manor is better, right? But this one is not bad because of the substats on my cartridge. The moment I get a better cartridge that's Quiet Manor, I will swap it to that. But it has to be as good as this. Alright, so that's her console. Let me show you her mods. Her mods are not yet fully upgraded. I only have one that's fully upgraded. Let me show you. This is 0 upgrade. That's 5. 0 upgrade. 0 upgrade. This is a 10 that's purple. This is a 15 because it's pretty good up there. And this one's a 15 as well because it's pretty good. I could actually max this one out because cycle intensity isn't bad at all. This one is really good because it gives you HP, attack, crit rate, break intensity on top of the Nova and Discord. It's actually really nice. Alright, so as you see, it's not fully leveled, not yet maxed out, but it deals quite a lot of damage already. So again, cartridge is Devil's Blood Curse is not bad on her at all, but I still think Quiet Manor is better. Till I get a new one that's gold and as good as this one, we will never know. But hopefully I get one soon. Alright, so her arc is still the Eternal Waltz. Level it to 50 for the HP bonus to come out. Max HP, you gain 20%, and then you get mental damage 10%. Still the best one. I'm actually tempted to upgrade this by buying with keys on the shop to get another rank on this. Meaning mixing, right? I want to add one, but I don't have any yet. Alright, so that's it for the build. Now, I will be honest with you guys, my Fadia is basically 30% better than your Fadia because I have a copy of her. If you have a copy of her, then you're gonna want to awaken Cursor of Blessings. This is the best one because a lot of the effects of the game, like Destructive, I think, is based off base max HP. Increasing her base max HP kind of gives you a lot more damage on top of everything, right? Her skills is based off max HP. Base max HP is good for every little thing. Because a lot of like abilities, buffs are based off base, not total max. If you know what I mean. So yeah, the base max HP 30% is quite massive. And it's active all throughout the fight. That's why if you look at my Fadia outside of combat, it's only 24,000. In combat, it's 32,000, which is a lot. Alright, so that's it for the video. If you guys liked it, do leave a like. I appreciate it. And of course, subscribe. I need more subbers for NTE. Thank you all for watching the videos. Massive W to the people watching my vids. Yeah, show me love by subbing. Alright, I'll see you all on the next video. Peace.